This is ABC Training Course Certification Manager. What it does is it allows employees to be assigned certain courses, and you want to track how current those employees are and provide that insight into any manager so that they can tell how well their employees are doing. So this is the dashboard. There's a diagram here on the left-hand side, which is always good to start off with because it kind of gives you the layout of how the application works. So we've got an employee here who has a particular manager, and the employee has courses they're supposed to take, and the actual course inventory is listed over here. So that gets pulled into this moment here. Now, this is the expectation that this employee has to take a certification. When the certification is complete, it updates the employee course and resets the timing of when the last certification was. And of course, when you're doing a certification, many times you've got a documentation that you have to do for ISO standards, and that documentation might be a file attachments that's shared against many different certifications. Now, what are these two down below here? Well, when we add an employee, let's say John Smith here, and here's the manager here, there may be some core classes they need to take. So how do we spawn those for every single one of the employees? Well, we use this templating functionality down here, and we use QuickBase Actions to make this happen. So when you add an employee and you say, I need to select the core curriculum they're supposed to have taken, then it pulls down the identity of the template, and it when the record is saved, what happens is this tells this to tell all the courses to be copied into this and links them back to the appropriate course and employee. Anyway, let's go give it a shot. We'll come up under employee. We'll add a new employee. And let's say it is 5551414, and it's Tommy Two Tones, and he's from a specific department, and his manager may be, let's see, who are we going to pick? We'll pick David Crane anyway. And the photo of the person, of course you can put whatever thing you want to put in here, and I'm sure that I've got Wile E. Coyote pictures in here, or cats, so we'll say okay. So let's continue. Phone number 617-555-1212, 617-555-1213, and it's ttt@example.com. And the hire date. Now this is going to set the standard. We're going to set it to today, and it's 0 days on the job. You can see that they are an employee. They're not terminated. But we want to do the core employee courses. So I'm going to select this. Now this is pulling from that template, and if you hover over this, you'll see that. So we're going to save this, and it saves the record and refreshes the page, and it shows us all the courses they're supposed to take. Now some of these courses only have to be taken once. Some of them are repeated every annual period of time, sometimes 2 years. So the person hasn't taken these classes yet. So let's say that they're going to take this course right here, and we'll add a certification. So the certification date, let's say, is today because they're really fast, and the instructor was Billy Bob, and the training was a classroom, and the evidence of this is an attendance sheet, and this is the attendance sheet. Okay, just different ways of recording the information. Now you can see here that certified 1 of 9 has been certified, and down below here you can see that this has been certified, and that the last certification date was here, and this is when the next certification date is to take place. Let's go back up to the manager, David Crane. Now David Crane, and that's not the right way to go up to David Crane. Let's go back up to David Crane here. David. And let's view David's employees. So you can see that there's a certification. He's got one employee, but there are a number of employees that have all kinds of certifications here. Let's see. Let's look at mine. I've got a whole bunch of employees. I have 10 employees. Now here I've got 0 of 0. These have not been done or applied. There are 4 of 9, 8 of 8. And so you can keep track of that information. So when you go back to the home page, what you may be able to, let me see if it is indicated here. If we test this as the role of manager, I think as I come in here, because this is me, I get to see just the certifications of my people. And I obviously am looking at it through the eyes of me. So let's talk about the way the actions are handled. So we come back over to an employee record and we look at the settings and we go inside to look at the actions. Now, it says when the record is added or modified, grab the related role, and it's only when the related role happens. And it says go to its related table, which is the template table, and copy the employee number into the employee number field. So what I didn't, and there are similar ones, but let's go look at the templates that are available to us, because this allows you to keep them outside of the regular reporting function. So let's see, core employee. So you can see that the last employee that requested this grouping to be copied is that number 5551414. And these are the courses. If I look at any one of these, you can see this template category woke up and there's an action that created and passed the value down of the requesting record ID of the employee over to here. And in which case this one wakes up. And if we go over to one of these templated courses and you look, there's another action inside of here that wakes up. And it does the exact same thing. It goes down to and creates records and passes the ID in the course. And this is the related employee ID and the related course ID. So all of that information becomes, all the records are created with that kind of join process. So that's an example of how you might use QuickPaste to track certifications and use actions to make the templated functions automatic.